Happy Friday, guys, and welcome to our live from Little Sprouts Chiropractic. It's Dr. Jeremy here with Dr. James.
G'day, guys.
And we're going to talk about posture today, and particularly focusing on the neck. So we hear this text neck a lot in the media these days, and we're going to give you a little bit of an indicator of what actually happens when people have this really bad forward head posture from driving, from using their computer too much, from using their phones, from reading with the wrong posture, from sitting on the couch in the wrong way as well. So if we look at the spine, what we see is that we have three distinct curves of our spine. So we have one in the low back, middle back, then one up in the neck. And we see that they all go a different way. Now this is the normal curve of your spine. So low back, mid back, neck if you're looking that way. All right, so the head sits up here, obviously the eyes are looking this way. So what happens when we do like text too much or on our computer too much, we tend to lose this cervical curve, and it's actually really common to have this these days. So Dr. James is going to show us what actually happens in the spine over a long period of time when we lose this curve. But just to give you a bit of some detail about why this is not so great, when the head goes forward, we have a lot more force going forward, and I'll show you that on a bowling ball in a minute, what happens after Dr. James explains a couple of things over here. But what generally happens is once we lose one curve, if this was a building, engineering law shows if you had three curves, which is a supportive structure, and converts into, say, two curves, if you just lose one curve in an engineering structure, you've got a 50% less ability to absorb a load or a weight-bearing capacity, which is huge. So if we apply that to the spine, with a lack of a curve up here, and suddenly that there's no curve, compressing loading goes up a lot through the spine, and this is what tends to happen.
So here we've got our phases of degeneration. We've got our textbook norm, and we've got phase 1, 2, and 3. So this obviously is what will happen in this scenario where you do have that forward head carriage. So we're going to break it down really simple here. There is a lot more detail and a lot more anatomy and physiology and neurology that goes into the play out of this. But to keep it really simple, with our textbook norm, we've got nice, healthy, thick nerve roots coming out here. And as we come along down to these phases of degeneration, you actually start getting thin, little wispy, weaker nerve roots. So you can see what's happening here is we've got less disc space and more of these little sharp, jaggedy bits, which are called osteophytes. So this is your osteoarthritis, your degeneration. So as that degenerates, you can also see the disc is not as plump, so it's not giving you that cushioning structure. So just by straight up anatomy, you're going to run out of space for this nerve root. So it just compresses a lot more. You've got less room for the nerve roots to come out, which means you're more inclined to have symptoms of pain or just lack of movement, as well as other nerve pain things as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So what it's called is osteoarthritis. We've all heard of joint wear and tear. As there's more force through our spine, we actually wear a lot quicker, and that's exactly what Dr. James has just demonstrated there, the phases of wear and degeneration. So a lot of people often ask me, why do I have a bowling ball in our practice? And yes, I did buy this bowling ball. So we have a bowling ball because I get people to hold it and literally just say, hold it here, and then put it right out here and feel how much heavier it gets. Now, obviously if we had anything like a milk carton, we held it close, and I said, see, I want you to walk home, but hold your milk carton out here, your arm would get a lot more fatigue. It's because it creates leverage. As something goes out further, it effectively gets heavier. There's different engineering laws around how much heavier things get as they move further out, and that also applies to the spine. So as our head gets further out, it effectively gets heavier. These muscles work a lot harder. Any time when a muscle works harder, we're going to have discomfort, which can lead to lots of different complaints. I won't go into all those now, but you can imagine just tight muscles can cause lots of different things that's going to irritate you guys. So on an x-ray, we're going to give you a really quick look at what that looks like on an x-ray, which we see a lot of. And if you guys don't want to get any advice on how to help manage some of these things, if you've got neck discomfort or pain, that Dr. James is going to show you, we do various things like that to check out what's going on in your body. But let's have a look at the x-ray now.
So here's an x-ray of one of our practice members. So here we can see his spine, his cervical spine or his neck coming up through here, and you can see it's very straight and it's actually slanting forward towards his jaw here. So what we actually want to see, might be a bit hard to see, but we've drawn up this nice natural curve as to what it should look like. So if we put a line up from the back of one of his thoracic vertebrae up to here, so he's got 62 millimeters of that head coming forward. So that's over 6 centimeters, that head coming forward a long way. So you can do this exercise at home. Get that milk bottle, go from here nice and close, and move it 6 centimeters out and see how long you can hold it there. So I bet that you'll be able to hold it here for a long time. Out here, you'll probably fatigue pretty quick. So you can see, definitely coming forward, very straight through here. We want to see that nice curve through there. When you've got that curve, it means that the joints through here and where these discs are here as well, that's the body's natural position. That's where it's going to be the most comfortable, the most effective. When you get into this position here, the joints don't interact as well, and that's where you start getting the wear and tear because they're not lining up appropriately.
Yeah, lovely. A really quick visual. If the head's got if the neck's got a nice curve, the weight bearing structure comes through the back of the joint and the front. As it goes forward, the weight comes more onto to the front, and that's why another reason why it'll wear a lot quicker as well. Okay, so just a quick little picture. Nice curve on the neck there versus not so good curve. We can see there's a lot more wear and tear in here, and that's generally what happens. The osteoarthritis, that's where you can get neck discomfort, pain. So, at Little Sprouts, we often deal with lots of these type of things. We have some really cool exercises that you can jump on our website and have a look at and download for free. Just go straight to our website, have a read of some of our blogs about neck pain, discomfort as well. And then if you'd like a further professional opinion, make sure you come in and say hi to one of our chiropractors and let us have a look at you, where we'll help you, we'll give you some tips, some exercises. We'll also do a whole case workup on you where we can help manage some of the things that you might have come in for. Have an awesome Friday, guys. Thanks, Dr. James.
Thank you.
Enjoy
your
your
one,
afternoon.
guys.